I'm so glad you found my channel, Sweet Uniquities, where everything I do here is always sweet and custom, making it a true uniquity. Today we're going to be doing something super lovely for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day cupcake toppers. So let's jump into today's project. It is almost Valentine's Day, and I have found that people either really like Valentine's Day or they despise it. And I'm assuming that since you clicked on this video, you are one of those people that like it just at least a little bit. But do keep in mind that even if you're not romantically in love with someone, you may have the need to make some cupcakes for people that you do love. So we have family members, we have neighbors, especially if your neighbor is Channing Tatum. We have pet walkers, we have, teachers. All of these people are worthy of cupcakes for Valentine's Day, just to show them how much we care about them. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. I would really love it if you would subscribe to this video so you don't miss any future content. I want you to make future content with me. I want you to not miss future content. But I would love it if you would like this video and leave me a comment and let me know who you intend to do something special for this Valentine's Day. So without further ado, let's jump into today's project. So for today's project, I'm going to use a couple of different cutters, and these are actually just cookie cutters, and I call these plaques. And so these are great to use on cakes as well as cupcakes, but I'm using these to as a background, so for a plaque. I'm going to use 3 different shapes of hearts or sizes of hearts. At Walmart right now for 98 cents, you can get a set of 6 cookie cutters that are hearts in different sizes. So it's great if you don't have any hearts in your collection right now. It's a great price. You can't go, seriously, $1 for that is awesome. I have another heart and it's a different shape. So I thought visually that would be cool. You can see that one, whatever. And then the last thing I have, I picked up at Michael's this little embosser, and it's actually made for wax to put on the back of your letters on your envelopes. But I thought this would be so cute as like a little embossed detail that would be a little different. I took this, when I got this home, I actually took it apart because it unscrews from the wood handle. I used some rubbing alcohol and then I washed it with dishwashing soap and hot water. So I cleaned it as well as I could. It's up to you. It is not made for food. It's not food grade, or it doesn't say that it is. So just so you know, I realize that, but I think it's cute, so we're going to use it. And then I have some fondant. We're going to use white. I'm going to use red for this project. I have some CMC powder, and that we will add a small amount to our fondant to allow it to harden so that we have like a disc that will sit nicely upon our cupcakes. So I'm going to add some Tylose to this fondant and start rolling these toppers out. So I've rolled out my fondant, and I really do recommend that if you're going to use multiple colors that you start with the white first, and if you're going to use pink or red or anything dark, you want to roll that after you do your white. It doesn't matter how well you clean up after the fondant. It seems like sometimes there's a little bit of color residue that just shows up. So in order to keep your colors pure, I would really recommend if you're going to use white, do the white first, and then you can roll your other colors second. So I'm just gonna cut out some of these little hearts. And it's funny, I've had a couple people ask me sometimes where I get some of my tops. And so if you are interested, if I got them recently, which most of my stuff I've had for 100 years, I will link them down below. Where I got my tops. This one actually did come from Amazon. So if you are interested in a cute top, this one is a great color for Valentine's Day. And also they have other colors too, if red is not your thing. Once I cut them out, I like to dry them on a drying rack. And I use a splatter guard that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. So it's a great way to have them air dry. I usually just stick them in my oven, in a cool oven, so that there's, just like air running around. You've seen my head of security. Truman sometimes is naughty and will get on my countertop, and he is bad kitty. And so I don't like to have things sitting out on my countertop drying. So I usually just throw it in a cool, totally cold oven. And then that way the little rat can't get to them. So he is just sometimes a little sneaky. So anyway, just cut them out in the colors that you want and let them dry. It's probably gonna take a few hours. And then once they're dry, we can come back and start decorating them. I did want to show you how to do the embosser. So for the embosser, I want it to look kind of like wax. And so you want to take a piece of fondant and you want to just kind of, this is going to sound kind of maybe gross, but like if you had chewed some gum and it's not real super smooth, you know, just kind of a lump of gum, you know, like that maybe. But I kind of want it in a circle, but I want it kind of thick and not real even. And then I'm going to use my little embosser. I'm going to press it down so it's the right width. Let's try this. Let's see. Press it down in it. And then I have this. So it's not a perfect circle. You could make it a perfect circle if you want, but I really wanted it to be a little bit not an actual circle shape so that it looked kind of like wax. So that's how I'm going to do these. This would be really cute. I have seen this done on like rectangular cupcake toppers where they look like, or cookies even, where they look like envelopes, and then they use this in the middle. So I thought this would be really cute on some cupcake toppers. I'm not going to make envelopes, but I think that they're going to look really, really darling. So anyway, I'm gonna keep working on this and then you guys will be back here shortly. So the fondant hearts and the toppers are all dry and they look really sweet the way they are, but because this is Sweet Unique-a-Days, we are gonna ramp these dudes up for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to assemble all of these and I will show you that, but I wanted to let you know before what we're going to be adding to the toppers. And so I made a custom blend of I don't know that you can really see it very well, there you go, of sprinkles. And I just picked up a container that has, I didn't use the sugar in there, but there's little non-perils, there's the little jimmies is what we call them in Missouri, I don't know really what they're called. Then there's some other little jimmies with hearts in them. So I used those three to make a custom blend, which is all the rage right now in cake decorating and cookies and such. And so I have a custom blend and I'm going to add that to the toppers in a little, you know, non-complicated way. And I'm gonna use Wilton's Dab and Hold because that's what I have, but there are lots of other options and I will link some of those down below. And then, then for the little, I made the little embossed, can you see the heart? There you go. For the embossed little heart, what I'm gonna do, that heart that's in the middle so that it really, really pops, I have some gold that I'm going to paint it. Now, I've talked about the gold in previous videos, but if you are new to this channel or you sometimes pay attention and sometimes you don't to what I'm saying, I don't blame you. But this is, I keep this in this little container all the time because gold luster dust, gold highlighter, gold coloring is expensive. And the neat thing about petal dust and luster dust and highlighters would be that if you add the vodka, because you know it is Valentine's Day, so you drag out the cheap vodka, you add a little bit of vodka to those things and you mix it, you get something that's paintable. And because I have added the highlighter, we have taken it from something that's considered to be non-toxic to something that is actually, could be considered toxic. So this I will definitely, because I use the highlighter, I just love the golden depth that the highlighter gives. I like to mix all of my different shades of gold together so that I just get something really pretty. So I just have a hodgepodge of gold luster dust, highlighter, and petal dust possibly. And then I keep it in here and I add a few drops of the cheap vodka and mix it up, and then I'll use it as paint. And once I'm finished with it, I just let it air dry and the vodka will evaporate out of the little bowl, and I'm left with paint for my next project. So I just keep the gold because I like having it, you know, ready. I use it more than any other color for accents and such. But again, because I'm adding the highlighter, it's truly not an edible, considered an edible medium, okay? So let's get started on putting all this together, which is the fun part. And hopefully you will enjoy this. I really would like it if you would subscribe to my channel, if you would like this video, and if you would hit the little bell. There's a little bell underneath the like, I believe, or subscribe button, under the subscribe button. And that basically just tells you that every time I upload a video, you will be alerted that I have uploaded a video. And you do not want to miss the next one, because the next one is going to be all about Mardi Gras. So that one will be fun. So let's get started though on the Valentine's Day toppers. So I put a little of the dab and glue in the, oh dear, in a little bowl, and I added a little bit of vodka just to thin it out. I didn't add a lot, but just a little bit. And I made these little tiny flowers, which I thought would be really cute, really sweet. So I'm gonna put a couple of those on first so that they're on there. Hopefully that will stay. If not, we'll redo it. And then I have a little tiny one. I'm gonna put those on there. And it's getting cuter by the second. Actually, on this one, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put 3 of those little guys. I have a red one too, but gotta add one more of those. I'm gonna try to separate them a little bit. There we go. So there's the first one. I don't want to lift it up too much because I don't want them to fall off, but there's the beginning of that one. I'm gonna add some centers here in a little bit, but I think that that one is super cute. So we're gonna call that one done. So for the next one, I'm gonna just take a white one, and along kind of the edge here, I'm gonna paint a line down one side, and I am gonna sprinkle my confetti on it. And I'm not gonna drop off the extra confetti yet. I want it to dry, because if I knock off the confetti now, my line, the glue line can move because it's not set yet. So I'm gonna just be surprised what it looks like when it's done, but I wanna not shake off the extra like you would tend to want to do. So we'll do that one. Now we'll do a red one. And I'm gonna do the red one all along the top of the heart. I think that'll be pretty. So just add a little confetti. Okay, and then I'm gonna just set it down. And I'm gonna keep working on that, and then I will come back and show you the finished project. It's that simple. So I'm really excited to see how these all look at the very end.
I just love how these toppers turned out. All the colors, all the textures. As you can see, I added some little gold balls to the center of the flowers and randomly throughout the toppers, and I added some larger confetti hearts to add a little more texture and visual interest. I just think they turned out so sweet. So happy Valentine's Day from Sweet Uniqueities to you. I hope you give this project a try and that you'll consider subscribing and liking my channel.